Welcome to the Rendezvous YouTube site. Monday morning I got up early, well, at my time, 6 o'clock, that's when I usually get up. Looked outside and oh man, was there a snowstorm going out there. Just barely, them things were just coming down so thick, those snowflakes. And I looked out there for quite a while and decided I was not going to go out there. I was not even going to go to the studio. Went in, poured my coffee and drank it, and then I changed my mind. So, yeah, I trudged through that snow. We were getting close to 16 inches on the ground at that time. I went out there, waded through it in my slippers, and went into the studio and sat down at my computer. I was just gonna work on some pictures, do some editing and stuff. But as I sat there, I realized that I needed to come up with a YouTube video because I hadn't done anything because there hasn't been much happening around here. Anyway, so I thought, okay, here we go. So I grabbed my tripod and my camera, my D200, put the remote release on it, and I put the Tokina 12 to 28 on it. I took it outside the door, and I have a little deck out there, about 4x6, and it's got a cover over it. So I set it up there, I locked in the tripod so everything's level, locked in the focus, locked in white balance to where I thought it might work, and locked in all the exposure settings, and so all I had to do was click the remote button. And what I was doing, I was trying to get pictures of cars going through across in front of my house, and trying to get some light trails from the cars. I thought that might make a good video if I get some good ones. So that's what I'll do. So I sat there, 45 minutes, and not a car came by because it was Monday and there was a blizzard out there kind of, and nobody was going to work and there was no traffic on the road. And I got so tired and I was getting cold, and I thought, I'm going in. That's it. I'm done. I'll have to do something else. And I was just getting ready to pack away all my gear and put it back inside, and looked up, and lo and behold, here comes this woman down the road right towards me, walking in the deep snow because the road hadn't been plowed, and dressed nicely, and she has two dogs on leashes. They're both on a leash, and she's taking them for a walk in the blizzard. I thought, whoa, that's crazy, man, because nobody should be doing that, but she sure was. And man, I grabbed my remote and I started taking pictures, and I thought, oh yeah, these are going to be great pictures. This is cool. And then she left, and I turned, I started getting my gear ready, and I come into the cabin. Well, I come in here to the studio, and when I put the pictures up on the screen that I taken, I realized that, dang it, I had been set up for long exposure, basically, to get light trails. I was set up to like 1/4 or 1/6 of a second, and she was moving fast because those dogs were in a hurry. They were having fun. They were pulling her along at a pretty good clip, and every picture that I looked like was pin sharp except for her and the dogs. And I was pretty disappointed. But I looked a little closer at the pictures, and I found one that was a little sharper than the rest, and I started working with it, and I used Camera Raw and Photoshop on there, and lo and behold, there's one picture that's good, and miraculously, it's perfect composition as far as her placement in it. And I edited those, and it took me a while because I had my white balance pretty far off, and it took me a while. And then I had to use some of the masking tools just to get her a little sharper and a little more colorful. But folks, that picture came out really good. I mean, I'm happy with that picture, and it's a nice picture. You know, she's a little fuzzy in it if you look real close, but there's enough there to get the idea of what it was like on that morning. And I guess the point of my video here is, don't give up on everything. Don't find reasons not to have your camera out, folks. If you want to take good pictures, you got to be there. And when something happens, you got to be there with your camera. Take it with you everywhere. Don't just leave it in the house because you're just going to make a quick trip to the store or a quick trip to town or outside or anything. Just make sure you have it and be on the alert. Be aware of everything. You never know. You never know when something's going to happen that will create a great and unique picture. So you've already seen the picture, on this video, but I printed it out because I was curious about, if it really was a good picture. So I printed it out on Epson Cold Press Natural on my Epson printer. Holy cow. I'm going to show it to you here. Hang on. Let me move that stool out of the way. There you are, folks. Look at her. I mean, that's such a good picture. It's just amazing. I really had to work with the detail, with the white balance on it, rather, because I was quite a ways off. I think this is like on the white balance, on the manual white balance. I think I'm at 9,500. It was a blue morning, I can tell you that. So this was taken with the Nikon D200, the Tokina 12-28 at f4, I took it at 28 millimeter, which is 46 millimeter with a crop sensor factor. The exposure was 1/6 of a second, f4, ISO 100. Now, it's not perfect. It's far from it. If I'd have known she was coming, I'd have probably had a different lens on, maybe, and I would have certainly had a faster shutter speed. That's the main thing I would have had. I would have had to, and I'd have set my ISO probably at 400, but I didn't know she was coming. Turned out great, and I really, really like this picture. So that's my video for today. I'm just here to say, don't give up. You're going to get unique pictures. You can't give up. Just keep your camera with you, and they'll happen. Just be ready to take a picture. All righty. You guys have a good day and a good week, and I'll see you next video. Take care now.